Here we are, another Friday, and so another opportunity for us to reach out through this video message, as we have been doing each Friday for the last several, to make sure that we're able to just update folks on what's going on with Wellspring inside and out, and the work we've been doing to assure ourselves that we're doing everything we can do with respect to the COVID-19 virus and our preparations for that. And so always want to speak specifically to our staff who will see this video, but also we know we have a lot of folks in our communities that want to be updated, and we're happy to provide this as well. Families, certainly loved ones of those we serve. We have certainly special outreach to you as well. I want to make sure that you are feeling well communicated with. And so first and foremost, I just want to start by thanking our staff who are doing incredible work across the state of Michigan. We have nearly 1,300 staff that provide all kinds of different programs and services, mainly to at-risk and vulnerable populations across the state, whether they're children and family at risk or our seniors. This is who we serve. This is who we always serve. And now we're doing so with more focus, more resolve, to make sure that we are still serving them, but doing so in a way that is safe for our staff and certainly safe for those clients and families. So our focus, of course, is particularly significant now on our Senior Services Division, where we are serving a very vulnerable population as it relates certainly to COVID-19. And so we've been working really diligently 24/7 for almost a month now to first understand what's happening and then really implement the necessary changes and prepare ourselves. And we've really come to the point of that preparation is largely in place. We're never going to be done with that, of course, but we are largely in a place where everything we know to implement has been implemented. The most important thing we've done now is we have stood up isolation units in each of our facilities. These are hallways that have been set up specifically for treating any active or presumed cases. We're building our inventory of supplies and equipment each and every day, and so every day is a victory that we don't have to use all those supplies, because we can keep adding to that as we go. And we're starting to see some significant numbers there, and know that the supply chain is still a couple of weeks off, but is coming. And so we continue to amass supplies anywhere we can, and we're grateful that we've had some success with that. Having put these isolation units in place, now we're drilling, going through like we would a fire drill, making sure that our teams understand how the workflow will be, what supplies need to be where, and see if we've missed anything. And so that's good, it's prudent, and I know we're learning a lot and able to attend to whatever changes would be necessary at that point. Again, we're ready, but we're never done preparing to be ready. But I would note that we've moved into a new phase of this, from that initial sort of sense-making of everything, trying to figure out what was going on, to implementing all these things, continuing to do that, but now also, just in the last several days, I would say, I've sensed and sort of validated in conversations and even in my own sort of thinking, that we've entered this new phase where it's upon us in many ways. We know that this virus is everywhere, and it feels, one of our leaders said to me just the other day, it feels like the calm before the storm now. And I understand exactly what she meant. So it's become very personal as we hear about people that are ill or even passed away that are close to us or a degree or two away from us. We know that that's very personal, and that can create anxiety, that can create fear, and we know those are just natural things. I experience it, I'm sure you do as well, and so we need to take care of ourselves and to help each other through those moments. We know that God continues to work through this, and so we rely on that. And we've done a couple of things as we've entered this phase of sort of readiness now. just this last week, we launched a new feature, if you will, a new offering called Wellspring Cares. Really advice, tips for good self-care and good care for your loved ones. So you'll find that either on Facebook or on our webpage. And then we've also launched, starting on April 1st, what we're calling 30 Days in Prayer. And we want that to coincide with the 30 days of additional Stay Safe, Stay Home that was announced by the federal government this past week. So we know that we're in it for the long haul with April. So we're going to use this 30 days of prayer as a way of grounding ourselves, finding that hope that can counterbalance that fear and anxiety, sort of binding ourselves together through that, and also using it as a way to count down these 30 days, one day at a time. And so I would invite you to go to our website and the COVID page to find that as well. Those resources are there for everybody. So the other thing that I'll just remind you of is we have our COVID-19 at wellspringlutheran.com special email set up, and that's for any concerns, questions you may have that for whatever reason you can't get answers to at the local level or from the folks you're dealing with. Please send it through that. That comes to me, it comes to Sean DeFore, that comes to Jill Heiser. We are on top of those things. We're happy to take those, certainly from staff if necessary, but family members and just community members. We're there for that purpose. And so as we wrap up our video chat for this week, I would just ask you to do something I've started to do a little bit, very intentionally. I'm working to recognize those things that have become blessings in all of this that God had put in place maybe weeks ago, months ago, even years ago, that have now revealed themselves to be a blessing for me, maybe, for us as an organization, for the community, for such a time as this. And when I do that, it helps me to remember that God is in this, and that not only is He in it now, He was in it before we were. And so I would invite you to start your own list of that. See what you can identify. I know it's there. I know you will find it, and I know you will find peace at some level by doing that. And so we'll wrap up now and just remind you that we're here for you. We want to do everything we can, particularly for staff, to help you through this so that our families and our residents and our loved ones and clients can also get through this well. So take care of each other, and God bless.